Trump asks DOJ to look into arresting Mayorkas for orchestrating the largest illegal invasion of our country. It's just like pro wrestling. All of these guys, all of this stuff that you're seeing on the television is just a big show. That's all it is. Welcome to the big show. So many of us are aware of this. So many of us know exactly what they're doing, which is just nonsense. Putting on a show. It's wrestling. It's WWE or WWF. Even that's why Trump, they put him in wrestling for a couple matches. They're showing you that it's all an act. It's a skit to keep people involved in worldly affairs. That's what it is. To take your mind to get it to focus on this world as if this is the most important stuff that you should be paying attention to. Because they're just playing everybody. That's all they're doing. They're stringing you along with all of these events, right? And Trump is one of the main characters in the show. And it's like one thing after another. It's a never-ending skit. That's what this is. Again, the people who are going to fall for this are clearly, first, the people of the world, unsaved people, and then lukewarm Christians whose eyes have not been opened yet, who cannot see everything for what it is. And I know plenty of those, and I'm sure you guys do too. Because, it's like levels of awakening. Because some people think, well, we're awake, Christians, so we're for the right. Right? All of the left is the bad guys. But then that's a lower level, because the next level up is, wait a second, both the left and the right in the government are in one cabal, right? All these people are playing us, all of them, right? And it's all biblical. The way that they do things, the numbers that they use, connected to the Bible, connected to Freemasonry. Then it's even connected to the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, and religion. And it goes back thousands of years. And this is how it has always been done. There has been cabals of people who understand how to manipulate the masses. And one of the greatest weapons that has been used against people and even Christians is the television. They could not do what they have been doing without the television. Like in Revelation 12, where it says that the dragon deceives the whole world. Well, that couldn't be done without the television, you see. And if you look at the Bible, in the New Testament, it's very clear in many places, even in prophecy in the Old Testament, what people and spirit behind the people are in charge right now, to an extent. And that is the seed of the serpent. You could say Esau. You can say the synagogue of Satan. And they are taking people for a ride, because all of this nonsense about making America great and all these things about patriotism and the wars, the skirmishes and stuff, especially patriotism. That's another way. All of this is to suck Christians in to lies, because they use patriotism. They'll use anything that they can to get you off track of seeing it for what it is. And it's just a big machine of deception. All of it. Doesn't matter who's president. Doesn't matter which side you're voting for. Because voting, it doesn't matter who you vote for. All these people are related by blood. You know, all the presidents, almost all the presidents are blood related. It's a game that's been played for thousands of years. Not hundreds of years, but thousands of years. It's the Roman circus in a sense. Okay? So all this is why Paul writes, do not concern I'm paraphrasing, do not get entangled with the affairs of this world. Now, why? Well, one reason why he would write that is because God would know that you're wasting your energy and you're being deceived for being a part of it because it's all a lie. America and the rest of the world is about to change, I believe, in September at the Feast of Trumpets. It's about to change and become something that nobody in our generation has ever seen before or even thought of before. Almost. That's what's about to happen. And I'm not just talking about physical destruction. I'm talking about the whole way that people look at existing is going to change. Okay, now we know some of these things that are going to happen, like the mark of the beast is going to be coming. There's going to be this one world. I know a lot of people think of it politically, but it's a one world consciousness, because they're going to get the majority of the world to worship the beast, take the mark of the beast. This is right around the corner, and the rapture is right around the corner. Like I said, I believe it's in September. Feast of Trumpets. I believe that for over 2 years. And if you scroll down my channel, you can see me pointing to Feast of Trumpets 2025 over 2 years ago on my channel and videos. And that's what's about to happen. Okay? That this place, this whole earth, is going to be overhauled like nobody in our generation has ever seen. But the majority of people don't understand that. The majority of people do not understand that. And so they put their time, their thoughts, their hearts into what they are seeing on the television. I might worry about a lot of things. I'm going to be honest. I worry about a lot of things in my life. But one of the things that I don't ever worry about is anything that any president, any politician ever says. There's a lot of things that are on my mind that worry me, but what they say is not one of them. I could care less what they are saying because I know the full agenda. I know it already. And a lot of you guys do too. A lot of you guys understand what I'm saying. But again, I'm just, they're just doing another stunt here. Trump, asked the DOJ to look into arresting this other person, Mayorkas, for the largest illegal invasion of our country. Look, it's just a stunt. It's a stunt to take your mind and get it on their things. And it's part of their magic, their ritualistic stuff, because they throw in certain numbers there and they throw in certain things to tell the public messages, but the public has no idea. So that's part of their Kabbalistic magic and the way that they do things. They do little signs and signals and certain numbers and handshakes and catchphrases and all these things to throw in the public's face. All the meanwhile, the public has no idea what they're actually listening to or looking at. So it's like Kabbalistic magic in a sense. Okay? And so that's another reason that they do these things. I guess you could say they're almost casting a spell on people. That's kind of part of what this is too. There's a lot to it. But one of the main things is to get you thinking about what they're doing and to actually put your time and energy and focus on it. Oh, geez, gosh, I'm going to pray, that this person's president, or I'm going to pray that this person votes a certain way, or I'm going to pray. It's like they're all the synagogue of Satan. What did Jesus said? I don't pray for the world. Wait a second. Let's back up here. Jesus said, I don't pray for the world. I mean, these people are all Antichrist. They're all Antichrist. So I just had it in my mind and my heart to make this video again because, you always see people posting about what these guys are doing, right? And then you see Christians being deceived by this stuff all the time, putting their time and effort, making video after video, going on talk shows, or not talk shows, but podcasts, and talking about everything that all of these antichrists are doing. And it's like, yeah, I understand the purpose of knowing what they're doing because, why to know? Just to know, like, okay, but like not to think that they're actually trying to do something good, because they're not. They're just trying to string you along. One of the things that they're trying to do is string you along. But it's all the leaders of the earth, all the kings and the rulers. Psalms chapter 2, verse 2. The kings of the earth and the rulers thereof take counsel against the Lord and his anointed, saying. It's all the kings of all the countries. They put on this show like they're against each other. And then they go in secret and do their little rituals and have lunch. Who knows what they do? I don't want to really know. But that's how the world works. That's what it is. It's really a one world government for a long, long time. The people just don't understand that. It's WWF wrestling. That's all it is. They play their characters on stage, and then behind the curtains, they all have lunch together and laugh at how stupid the people are for believing all of it. And that's just how it works, man.
On the School Watch tonight, the story of a 7th grader from Salinas who claims to have made a major discovery about President Obama. She and her grandfather say that President Obama is related to all but one U.S. president. We get more tonight from Action News reporter Felix Cortez, who's live in our Salinas newsroom.
Well, Dan, the youngster spent the summer, really all summer, tracing the family tree of our presidents. Her conclusion that all the presidents, with the exception of one, share the same grandfather.
Well, first we start off with George Washington at the top, and then it goes to John Adams, Thomas Jefferson.
11-year-old Bridget Dovigneau says she's made a first-of-its-kind discovery that President Obama and all the presidents before him, with the exception of one, are related and descendants of a former king of England.
No, they're all cousins, and they're grandsons of John Lackland.
Dovigneau says she spent countless hours on the internet over the summer researching the lineage of our presidents, a project that started with her trying to trace her own family tree.
But I'm the first historian to do all the presidents. I'm very glad I got this done, and I think it will turn out to be a success.
The Monte Vista Christian 7th grader has written President Obama to tell him the presidents before him are his cousins. She hopes to present this family tree chart personally to the president. But Bridget has her skeptics, including this reporter. Her biggest supporter and firm believer that Obama is a descendant of a former king of England is no doubt her mother.
If you have a child, and they 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 have a child,
Like names change.
all she's saying is this guy is the great, 25th, 27th, depending on what line it is. He created all this family. So do I believe it? Yes. It's hard, but it's true.